And a pleasant good morning, everyone, and welcome back inside Lake Point Sports Complex as the NYBL Finals roll on with game number 2 here on the day between the Asheville Gamechangers and Core 4. Core 4 in the white, Asheville in the yellow. Always live, always real from Atlanta. Gamechangers start with the basketball. Harper works out front to Andrews. Andrews puts his head down, and he is fouled. A reminder, the man, the myth, the legend himself, Bo Estes, will join us later today. On an inbound, a foul called. In the act of shooting for Ezra Burgess. First one off the mark. He'll have one more. Misfired on both. But a steal. Power dribble inside. Misfired. Here it comes, Core 4. Anderson Jr. goes right by his defender, but it's sent back by Addison Archer. Sent that one to Augusta. Left side, triple in the air. That one off the mark. The rebound tracked down and taken by the Gamechangers. Andrews gives to Joyner, and he's fouled en route to the cup. They'll call it on the floor. Well, speak of the devil, and he shall appear. Just hyping up a couple seconds ago that soon the man, the myth, the legend, Bo Estes would join us. And what do you know? Here he is.
Never more accurately described than the devil.
Nice, nice.
I appreciate that.
Nice. As we reset the action here, Bo, early stages of this ball game. We are officially in elimination play.
I like that.
Brackets roll on as we have the Asheville Gamechangers in yellow and Core 4 in white. Currently scoreless at this point, and that's over now. Count it, and one. As Addison Archer, who had that, as I so eloquently put it, rejection that he sent over to Augusta a couple plays ago, has a chance for an old-fashioned three-point play.
I mean, you see 6'7", class of 2023. This is a big kid, and there was some nice body control to take that contact and get the shot to go. I liked his form on that shot, too, Jimmy. I mean, it didn't fall for him, but he's got nice-looking mechanics, so that's something you can build on.
How your eyes got to light up as a scout when you see something like that, right? Especially at this age.
Because it's the starting point, right?
Yep.
The building blocks are good. You can work with those building blocks, and I'm fascinated in this day and age of people who make it and don't have good mechanics. I mean, how do you get there? How do you get it done? Because so many kids now are competing to shoot better and to be more skilled. So, the kids that somehow figure out how to play basketball without that stun me. And I think there's opportunities now for young people to have that. There's good coaching available, and there's, so many people that are interested in your career. That it's never been a better time to be a good basketball player and understand what it takes.
Feed inside, layup is good. That one by Ethan Sams. Core 4 finally on the board. Just a little under 2 minutes into this ball game. I want to remind you when we have a second, we will be having elimination round action all day long. From now until the cows go home. Or as they say in Atlanta, about 4:45.
That is when the cows come home. I don't know if they told you when you arrived at the airport.
That's what I heard, actually. It was over the PA and at Jackson Artsville. They're very clear about that.
It's important to note that when you get here.
It's one of the announcements on the plane trains. That was good. And a foul's going to be called on the loose ball variety. They'll get that one against Isaiah Joyner.
Asheville Gamechangers really pressing on defense, even on that fast break bucket that Core 4 got. They're really out there and trying to get in the passing lane, so you're trying to set a tone early on.
Timeout on the floor will take one as well. 13:28 left to go in the first half. Gamechangers 3, Core 4 2. Stay with us. You're watching the NYBL Finals on Always Live. Back inside Lake Point Sports Complex.
You're still laughing about the cows coming home?
No, so let's go into detail a little bit on the broadcast. So last night with our producer Brian Williams,
Okay.
our last game of the evening, and keep in mind for the folks at home, we did about 12 games last night. Started about 10, got wrapped up about 9:30.
I feel like the words punch drunk. are
Not
gonna come in.
9:30, 10. No, I didn't get punched. It was close. So anyway, I look back at him and I tell him, hey, man, this is like early or late stages first half. I look at him and I go, man, this is a pretty close game. He's like, yeah, it is. Like, wouldn't it be wild if this last game went to overtime?
Oh,
And he looked
you
at me.
didn't. You didn't.
He looked at me like, why would you say that, Jimmy? Why would you do that? So as the game went on, it got closer and closer. And sure enough,
you didn't.
we went to
You
OT.
didn't. Well, I hope Brian brought out once again his quote of the weekend that so aptly described how he felt about you Friday night. So
It gets better, though. So today, first thing in, as free throws are made by Ethan Sams, today, first game in, B-Dub tells me I can't talk to him because of what happened last night. And I go, it's funny you say that because wouldn't it be wild if every game today went to overtime?
oh my gosh.
And our first game of the day, it was tied at, I think, 47 with 10 seconds to go. The kid is just dribbling out here. It's a terrible possession. I'm like, oh, no, we're going to overtime again. He gets fouled at the top of the arc with a 1 second left. He misses the first free throw, makes the second. They win.
Oh, so you were let off the hook.
No, I'm still in the doghouse, apparently.
Oh, okay. You on communication probation?
I guess. First, he told me that I'd have to wear a blindfold if it happened. And I told him subsequently, well, listen, if I do have to wear a blindfold, will you tell me when all the other games go into overtime so that I know? But
You guys do a lot of games together, don't you?
we do. Fair share of games with old Brian. Primarily the AAU variety. I think B-Dub likes to.
All the, I don't know why this game's on there. All the other games are super competitive. This one's the dog. Quarters,
As a jumper hit right there by Addison Archer, but I think that B-Dub likes to keep it that way with just AAU broadcast because he can only take so much of me throughout the weekend. Once we get to
He didn't say that.
once we get to about the 3-day limit, Brian can't do any more with me. So that's why he keeps his distance with just AAU tournaments.
Just for future reference, that's the key to the healthy marriage as well, Jimmy, just so you know.
Thanks. Oh, man.
Well, just so you know, we got a close game here,
Left side triple hit there by Christian Andrews.
so you can keep your streak alive.
Well, I'm hoping for no overtime the rest of the time we're here because I don't want to face B-Dub's wrath.
No.
Though, for the folks at home, the second overtime is sudden death, which I'd like to see. That's thrilling to me.
Playing with fire, man.
That
You
is.
are playing with fire.
It is. You just got to last 3 minutes to the first overtime, and then once you're in the second overtime, first bucket wins.
Playing with fire.
Did I mention that there's flights to catch for everybody involved here?
Just racing down the highway, angrily looking at Jimmy the whole time.
Not for me and B-Dub, though. We're fine. We have the late flights. We're good. It's mainly everybody else. All jokes aside, 10:20 to go in this one.
He may send you home because I'm local. I mean, it could come to that.
You're right. I might get pulled. We'll have to see if I'm still here after this. 10:16 left to go in the half. Gamechangers 10, Core 4 8. Stay with us. You're watching NYBL Finals on Always Live. Welcome back inside Lake Point Sports Complex. Let's take a look at this one. Oh, wow, off the easy. There's got to be a game breaker now after that.
Whoa. Well, I like that.
Man.
We going to do a top 10 from this event?
Well, that was borderline Shackton if that didn't go the other way. But
Yeah.
since he made it, hey, yeah. Hashtag SC Top 10, why not? Or for the baseball connoisseurs to my right, a web gem.
Yes. Nice pass out of the post.
Right side triple.
Oh.
Good. Christian Andrews again.
Yeah, give Addison Archer credit for recognizing where the help was coming from and finding his open teammate.
Attempted answer by Anderson. Yeah, it was a beautiful pass, Poe. You're exactly right. And even more credit to be able to knock down the triple. Game changer step on the end line.
Yeah, Ezra Burgess with the right idea to try to create that space over to the right, but it's time to work on your handle. Skills you can develop.
Random note of the day, as a lob
Look
inside.
at him flash.
Layup is good. How about Addison Archer? He's all over
Really
the place.
flashed, yeah, right down the right side of the lane. Made himself available.
The foul is called just above the half-court line on Jaden Harper. Not a fan of either of the jerseys today.
Again, I plead colorblind, so I can't make too much a comment. But as a colorblind individual, speaking for the entire colorblind community, I like Asheville's better. They're brighter. Bright is what we like.
Yep. Wasn't the community though upset like 2 years ago because it was a Thursday night game and it was color rush unis and it was bright red and bright green jerseys.
I'm being serious with you when I tell you there are games that I played in my youth where I couldn't tell my team's jerseys from my opponents. They all look the same. Oh, there he is again. What a terrific block by Addison Archer. He really, there's a couple of things. He understands how to play the game, but he has a high energy level. His motor's terrific, so he is all over the court with good defensive plays, good offensive plays. Both, on offense, he's able to score and able to pass. He's really looking good.
Now, I'm willing to, make an exception and say that perhaps there's some sluggish players on the floor, but far and away right now, easily the most high-energy guy on the court right now.
Yeah, he sort of lost it there with his handle. But again, just doesn't
Tough
quit.
follow-away shot that time by Amir Boyce.
So Boyce has got some size to match him. He's 6'6", and Archer's 6'7", so that's a decent matchup down low. Nice dish. Really, really a terrific dish on that layup. That was Brock Adams with the pass, and just I tell you what, this Asheville team understands how to play well. We may have seen teams with a little more basketball talent, but they really, really seem to understand the game.
And that's another bright point that you like to see at this level.
Sure.
You don't only care about where the raw athleticism is, but also where the knowledge is up there too, as you've mentioned time and again this weekend.
You know what young players understand better than they did when I was coming up, for sure. I mean, you have to give them credit, is they understand sort of where the pressure's coming from and how to release that pressure. And on what I would have considered difficult passes, they make it look very, very easy. And it's just an understanding of the game. Perfect fast break. Again, give Brock Adams credit. This is a guy who knows how to dish the rock. He did it in the half-court set earlier. He set it up on the fast break that time.
They bounce inside, a little give and go action. Blau. Now on the cut, little Euro action made by Ethan Sams. That was a nice take.
Yeah, and Christian Anderson Jr. Set his teammate up, and when we talked about these young players knowing how to pass, he understood where the pressure was from. And he got a good pass, and it set his teammate up for a drive as scramble on the floor for the ball there.
He's going to be there for it. Loose ball tie up, and jump ball is the call. High value production all around today. We're brought out the big budget.
I didn't know what you were looking at, and then I realized you're looking at the monitor.
You thought I had the third all-seeing eye.
You were reflecting on last night's overtime game.
The third eyesight, just looking out. Oh man. So Gamechangers lead is 2. It was 2, I should say, as there's a drive there by Karis Blau. And he's tied it up at 19, and the Gamechangers want a timeout. We'll take one as well. 6:05 left to go in this one. All knotted up at 19. It's elimination play at the NYBL Finals on Always Live. Welcome back inside Lake Point Sports Complex. Under 6 minutes to go in this first half of the NYBL Finals. That's going to be an over and back, and my color man Bo Estes was ready briefly, but
yeah, don't doubt that I would have taken the shot here from half court as well.
Oh,
I'd have pulled.
Fun fact, in your role, and we haven't seen him this year yet, but shouts to the great Coach Seth Greenberg if he is listening, but your role as a color man is to protect me at all times. So,
is that what Seth was charged with?
Oh, yeah, yep. He's like, I got you, Cookie, no problem.
He's a well-paid security guard,
let
me tell you.
It was, let me tell you. He looked out for me. So, Andrews controls, works down the lane, now feeds right side.
Nice
again. Pass into Archer, and he finishes.
Both of these teams, I mean, we've talked about Asheville quite a bit, but both of these teams really are well coached. You got to give the coaches for all these players a lot of credit. They are really, really terrific at getting their teammates good looks.
Tough pass on the baseline. Now Blau for 3. It's good. Karis Blau. An answer. Bang, bang. There's a triple.
Here we go. Here we go. Look at the scoring in this game.
Christian Andrews knocks that one down, and we're all tied at 24.
I don't even think this is bad defense, Jimmy. I just think it's better offense.
Right side, a triple. That one won't go. Put back, no. Archer there to try to get the board. Last touched by the Gamechangers. Tell you what, Bo, Another dangerously close game right now.
He's not angry yet. I'm looking.
He's doing his job.
This is what I'm seeing right here. It's getting close, pal. Riding a fine line.
First half, early stages. There's a drive, scoop layup, no. And loose ball foul is called.
That was interesting because I don't think Archer at 6'7" bought that Anderson Jr. at 5'4" was actually going to shoot that layup. He was waiting for a dish. He never went up for the block, and Anderson, I suppose, thought the block was coming, and he missed an open layup.
And unfortunately, with the miss, Core 4 commits the foul. Left side, that three no good. So it led to the bonus there with those free throws. Obviously misfired the front end. And we remain tied at 24. See, here's the problem, Bo. You can joke about running clock and you're a hero, but suddenly you bring in clock stoppages and then it's the worst thing that's ever happened.
Well, that's the nature of broadcasting, honestly.
Fair point. Almost a travel out front. Anderson Jr. bounces. There's Brown. He'll go baseline. And who's there to get it?
He's going to put up some stats.
Addison Archer. Harris had it stripped away. Here comes Core 4 to try to break the tie.
Oh.
Nice feed. Rebound. Goes to the Gamechangers. They'll push it to 3-on-2. Up the floor. Down the lane. Andrew scores. What a take.
Yeah, these kids are really solid. If you're watching at home, this is really, really, really good fundamental basketball. And
there's a deep triple answer by Christian Anderson.
More than just fundamentals. They're talented. I mean, they're just wildly talented. As
Archer, no, won't turn it home, but he'll go to the line for two. Tell me this much, Bo. There's a 5'4", 2024 guard pulling up from deep count as a step effect. Is that?
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Well, you see his name. It's Christian Anderson Jr., and the head coach is Christian Anderson. And you look over there and see the head coach, and he looks 6'2", something like that. So you never know how this is going to work out, but he's got the skills. If he grows a little bit, and everybody grows at different stages as they come up, this kid could be all right. There he is again.
And he traveled.
He didn't get the James Harden called there, did he?
No, he didn't.
He tried to do a little step back, and apparently not being judged by NBA standards here.
No. He did not get the
James Harden call?
Not get the cha-cha slide call there. Nope. Mm-mm. How about Steph earlier in the year saying, "Oh, it must be the number on my jersey," or whatever the passive comment that he made about Harden getting that call, but he didn't get it. It's said on Twitter all the time, but we'll bring it forward here too. NBA petty is the best petty.
Oh yeah, but the NBA, the game is just a part of the whole culture.
What
that
a
you're
bounce
following.
pass inside, but the layup blown. You're right, though. It is. It's entire movement.
So Addison Archer does handle the ball in traffic quite a bit, and he's okay at it. But that's one area where he gets picked on a little bit. Teams are going after his handle.
Building block.
Yeah, for sure.
Straight up, triple, short. Board falls to Humian. Call a foul the other way.
I think I'm seeing another Steph effect. These guards are able to really sling a pass with either hand, and Steph is fantastic at that, with sort of the left-handed cross-court pass, the right-handed cross-court pass. You just saw Anderson using his left to sling a pass. It's just there's so many skills that these kids are developing, and I think that's one of the good trickle-down effects of the modern NBA is it's really skills-based, rather than just purely athleticism.
Right. And we talked about it a lot yesterday. I mean, anytime that you're going to be a player that somebody takes a look at you and you're like, how'd this guy make it in the league? He's not athletic. He can't jump. Oh, but he has the fundamentals down, and he works hard, and he's on every loose ball, and you can tell he's worked his butt off to get where he's at.
There's a whole lot of roads that lead to success. Look at a guy like Patrick Beverly, who's not the most athletically gifted guy in the world, and he doesn't have the most talent as a shooter. I mean, he's good, don't get me wrong, but he became a defensive spark plug. He became a really tough player that made his money that way, and now he's a valued player in the league, if for no other reason than to try to shut down an opponent's best player. I mean, it's not always effective, as Anderson.
That's from the volleyball line.
Yeah, just shot that one from Israel. My gosh, he's really out there.
Man. That was in another time zone for sure. As the Gamechangers have a 2-point lead with 35 seconds to go.
It wasn't that far off either.
No, just a little short. Man, Addison Archer shut off the range there for a second.
Yeah, and again, he missed the shot, but if you watch the rotation and you watch the mechanics, it's there. It's just a couple more years of practice, and he really is going to have that skill set.
And honestly, bigs these days, I mean, everybody knows it. You have to have it. I mean, it's
unless, you know, the thing that I've argued recently is the era-ending talent for this sort of three-point heavy era when you can play smaller guys is if a Shaq 2.0 comes up right now. If young Shaq is in the league and is being guarded by 6'6" Draymond Green, he's scoring 50 a night. I mean, he's just going to destroy everybody.
Solid finish there by the Gamechangers to close the half. They lead it by 4, 31-27 over Core 4. Stay with us. We'll have more after this. You're watching the NYBL Finals on Always Live. Welcome back inside Lake Point Sports Complex. Jimmy Cook alongside Bo Estes. You just saw a look at the bracket as we're in elimination play. Quarterfinal action. The Gamechangers with a 4-point cushion headed into the second half. Gamechangers with the basketball in that 4-point lead. As we mentioned, Jimmy Cook, Bo Estes, so pleased you've chosen to spend part of your Sunday with us as a 3-pointer in the corner. Buried in by Isaiah Joyner.
You wear the number 23, you better get a bucket now and then, Jimmy.
That's what I'm saying. The king would be proud.
Yeah. LeBron would too.
Ah, nice.
Boy, that was a tough drive right
Yep.
there.
Say that again.
Karis Bilal took a lot of contact. He seems to be all in one piece as he heads to the line.
Thankfully, the 5'7" guard in the 2023 class. First free throw off the mark.
Yeah, this lead is interesting now because it's 7, so you're starting to get into a little bit of a margin. If I were core 4, this is one of those gaps you want to close, and you see it happen in the NBA, and nobody reels a team in better than the Golden State Warriors, but they've been playing with that fire for a while, and it seems to have come back and bitten even them. So
Right.
for a team like core 4, you want to stay within reach as this game starts, and it's going the other way, frankly. Another big, nice-looking shot. That one by Andrews.
And now much more of a cushion developed by the game.
Well, you know, you come out and you bury 2 straight threes. It's a 4-point game at the half. Now it's a 10-point game, and it changes the complexion a little bit.
Core 4 to inbound.
There's an interesting substitution. The kid who made the 3 just came off. What a move.
Man, almost from deep, but the board goes to Brown. Feed baseline, sent back by Archer. Right side triple. Short, third chance, no. Is there a fourth chance? There is. And it'll go to the line.
That's terrific effort. Honestly, that's absolutely terrific effort. One thing I'd like to point out, Amir Boyce got a rebound down low. And again, I said he's 6'6", so he's nearly as big as anybody out there. What Boyce did is he gave a head fake. The defense was all in the air. He could have easily drawn a foul at that point. He kicked it out for a three-pointer, but that's another thing that you learn along the way. He had free points coming at the line. If he just jumps straight up, he's going to get fouled hard.
Unable to take care of business at the charity stripe. Exactly. Yeah. And cherry picking down a skip pass. Andrews sets, fires, 3, money.
Look at this. A 9-0 run to start the second half, and what was a 4-point game is now really starting to look on the verge of being a bit of a blowout. They're up 13.
That's what 9 threes will do for you.
Yeah.
Changes the game a little bit.
They're game changers.
Exactly.
Frankly.
Teardrop floater up, and the bleeding stop there by Bilal. We talked about it, though.
Heat check here.
We talked about it, though, yesterday, Bo. It's tough to stop the bleeding when you're training 2s for 3s. And there's ways to do it, but that's not it.
Terrific skill.
Harper on the layup.
Yeah, that was Jaden Harper. A little hesitation in the lane, crossed over and went up with his left.
Kuiman. Timeout taken by the core 4. We'll take one as well. 13-13 left to play in this one. Gamechangers 42, Core 429. You're watching the NYBL Finals on Always Live. Boys, shuffle the feet.
I tell you what, it's a tight whistle on traveling in this game, and I don't mind it. I'm just saying this is the tightest we've seen that particular violation called this weekend. The NBA has what they call at the start of the season points of emphasis. Perhaps that's a point of emphasis either at this tournament or at this game.
Or perhaps
They're
now
traveling?
Well, I was going to say perhaps now that we're in there's another triple hit by Christian Anderson. He's on another planet right now. Perhaps that it's the tournament play and the officiating's got a little tighter.
Yeah.
It's like playoff defense where, some fouls you get away with a little bit in the regular season, but come playoff time, there's Archer on the layup.
He really wants to show off his handle. Again, that was sort of sketchy all the way. Wow.
Late contest by Archer, and somehow that triple knocked in by the Core 4.
Yeah, Christian Anderson Jr. knocks down the three over the outstretched arms of big Archer.
Ooh, good handles to the rim. Drawing contact is Aiden Adams.
Did you see the coach? That was hilarious. The Asheville Gamechangers coach. So just so you know, Brock Adams threw out a little N1 mixtape move there, and the coach lost his mind, absolutely loved it, ran down the sidelines and gave him a military salute as he ran to the free throw line.
Gotta love it.
That was terrific.
We've talked about the parents every now and again, which you missed a classic today, the first game, but we haven't emphasized the coaches as much to this point.
Oh, he's fired up. Look at him over there. He is really into it right now.
Left side, straight on triple. Off the mark by Anderson Jr. Here come the Gamechangers.
Oh.
Tipped away.
You saw what he was going for, a little no-look dish there. Asheville's starting to feel it. The Gamechangers are really starting to feel it right now.
Little Patrick Mahomes-esque there.
Yeah. Well, only a Kansas City Chief would know that.
Exactly.
Or at least a fan.
Or, anybody that followed MVP voting closely last year. Turning and firing wildly was Adams. We'll get it back out. Hesitation. Harper, no. And the rebound. Falls to Adams. He almost lost the handle. Back to Andrews, almost face guarding him. He traveled.
Well, here's the thing. You have to adjust to the refs. That's how they're calling the game. You have to adjust your game.
So here's the question. If everybody's game is let's walk.
Yeah.
How do you just?
Well, it's sort of like the way that violation has evolved over the years. And if everybody's guilty of everything, then nobody's guilty of anything. Then you just stop calling it. But here, they're calling it.
Best be mindful of that.
Yeah.
Driving, turnissing, left it.
That was a tough shot.
Wide to the left. Very tough.
Nice. Good pass again. I tell you what, I really like Christian Anderson Jr. as a guard. He understands the game. He's got all the skills in the world. You know, it's just waiting for physical development on his end.
That's the case with obviously a lot of players here, but when you have somebody that has tools already there, then you're a little more excited.
Just keep working on your game. Keep working on your game. Keep working on your game. The rest will come.
Keep working on your game?
I think you should,
Yeah. Archer almost mistimed the jump, but got it back.
You know, he doesn't come out of the game, Archer. These are starter-heavy minutes for both these teams.
Timeout taken on the court. We'll take one as well. 10:08 to go. Gamechangers 48. Court for 35. NYBL Finals on Always Live. Welcome back inside Lake Point Sports Complex. You take a look at some of the highlights from this ball game so far. We're back to live action. Gamechangers with the basketball and a 13-point lead. Putting the head down and driving the lane was Joyner. Not that time, though. Here come the core four.
Nice hesitation.
A rejection, though, by Archer.
Yeah, he was looking for the dish because Archer had him covered. Archer's been burned enough by Anderson Jr. thinking he wouldn't shoot it when he will. He had that shot covered. Look at the, oh.
Nice find, but missed the layup. Second chance. Yeah, no, he missed it that time. Looked like it was perfect point blank, but two misses in a row by Boyce.
Yeah, that was a great setup again by Anderson Jr.
First shot sent back. Joyner looking for more. From the foul line, no for Archer. Got his own board. Thought he might tee up a three. He will, and he'll make it.
He just had to step back.
I had that happen from time to time. Too close. Back a little bit.
I understand the feeling.
Yeah, you know. For your player rating's like a 77 from beyond the arc, but it's a 62 for some reason on the mid range.
Nice
rejection
defense
there by Brown. They'll leave it up to Anderson Jr. Wow, air ball. Here comes Archer with 8:35 to go.
He really wants to handle it.
Bounce pass is turned over. Up ahead, Boyce back and lost it. But it falls right into the hands of Anderson Jr. Out of bounds, last touch by the Gamechangers.
There's Anderson Jr. again, and just money. This kid understands where to be on the basketball court. He understands spacing. He can shoot it a bit.
Archer turns. Archer scores.
Ooh, that was a big man move. A little soft, sort of faux jump hook there.
Like we talked about yesterday, sometimes just throw it up at the rim and hope for the best. There's a triple from Anderson Jr.
And I tell you what, he really has something. I like speaking of Christian Andrews as well on this end.
Left it short.
Missed that shot, but he can play as well.
Archer in the corner. Might have gotten fouled.
Yeah, he's on the ground now.
Loose ball. No look pass to Andrew Archer. Missed the dunk. Got it back and redeemed himself.
You know, he's a thinner player, but he's really strong in the post. I mean, he goes at it with an aggression.
Man, I tell you what.
Are you kidding me?
Those late closes and continually Christian Anderson Jr. putting on a show.
Yeah, you give him space, a good night. Now, he's cut the lead down to 11. It was up in the 16-point range for a while. So they're still in touch, core 4 are.
Are you saying that parties that be should be worried?
Yes.
Right side crossover. Joyner now gives to Andrews. Andrews left side. Puts his head down. Harper, triple. Off the mark. And last touch by the Gamechangers.
Good hustle on that play. It didn't go his way, but good hustle by Hunter and Bennett to get that one. Okay, let's see what Christian Anderson Jr. has. They're really closing out. This
Volleyball
is a
line.
huge
My
check.
goodness.
What a show. What an absolute show this kid's putting on.
And the lead suddenly down to 8.
That was Steph Oklahoma City range there. That was
Yep.
that was 5, 6, 7 feet beyond the NBA range. So it's at 8 now, Jimmy. Over 6 minutes to go.
Plenty of time.
Yeah, headed to the line. This is, frankly, in some ways, Christian versus Christian. It's Andrews versus Anderson Jr. Both of these kids, Christian Andrews and Christian Anderson Jr. putting on a show, but it's Anderson Jr. right now just on fire. And I don't know, you would think you could shut a kid like that down because of his size, but he understands the game so well that if you really come out and press him that far out, he's just going to set somebody else up.
Yeah. And you talked about that's the danger for when he gets a little taller.
No, and again, you never know how this stuff works out, but if you look over at his dad is standing next to a kid on their team who is 6'6" in Amir Boyce, and his dad is taller than Amir Boyce. So his dad, if I'm right on this, is 6'7". So who knows? Who knows how this works out?
What's the old saying? Come back in 10 years?
Come back in 2 years with this. I mean, you may not want to go away even if he stays this height. He's got so much skill.
Friendly roll there for Andrews.
He started off this half knocking down 3 threes. So these two just going back and forth.
Who's going to blink first? Free throw wide of the mark.
Good block.
Loose ball control taken by core 4.
Everybody in the world running it with Anderson Jr.
Wow, to the lane. Lays it up, lays
Nice
it in.
move.
Back within 7.
This is a game. This is a game.
Under 6 to go. Andrews skips, and a foul's called. Julian Brown a little too aggressive. Just a tad.
Yeah. I mean, he had the right idea. At some point, he had to realize he was late. You can sense over on the Asheville bench that things are getting a little tight here. They were loose a minute ago and really feeling themselves. It's gotten tight.
Andrews not there. It's saved right to him, though.
Nice passing inside.
Archer, nope. There comes Blau.
Here comes Anderson Jr.
Christian
He's got the ball in his
Jr.
hand.
Risky pass, but it's out of bounds. It'll stay on this end. So you gotta face guard him at this point, right? I mean,
Well, we'll see. They are playing him tight. And let's see if a high pick comes. It's coming. And now he's one-on-one against the 6'7" defender. Picked up his dribble a little early there.
my goodness, Christian
Unbelievable.
Anderson Jr. ladies
And he
gentlemen.
wants the foul.
Oh my
He wants
word!
the foul. He fell down hard on that one, but this is a show. You know, for me, this is the best show of the weekend right now.
It's a 4-point game, but an answer pushed it back to 6 with 4:25
Look at, they're
to go.
guarding him, face guarding him full court. This
to.
is fantastic. Adams is over there guarding him the whole way down.
And it leads to a layup. That's a disadvantage because you're really going to mess up your rotations if
Yeah.
you're just having one. Because there's no help at that point.
No.
It's all man-to-man.
So now, okay, so we're at a 4-point game with over 4 minutes to go. This is a tight ball game. Let's see how Asheville approaches this defensively. Travel call there. So, okay, so now it's Core 4's ball. They're going to ideally inbound to Christian Anderson Jr., who's their point guard. And he may shoot it from half court, but they're all over him. And they can't even get him the ball. Adams is beyond the opposing three-point line, sticking with Anderson Jr. He's got it now. If he shoots this.
Oh, my goodness.
No way.
He's got
No
airspace.
way. He was almost half court. You're talking about, like, if you ever saw the shot LaMelo Ball made, he was looking at that.
Anderson Jr. behind his back. Doubled, and it's turned over. I'll go back up. And one.
Nice hustle. So what Asheville did is they came out and threw 3 guys basically at him. The guy assigned to him and then 2 guys on the pick and roll.
I think he should have pulled.
Why didn't he shoot? But, you know, if he could have found a passing lane, that's an easy bucket. He just couldn't find one on
We
that.
need the true heat check.
I don't know how much truer it gets than the what do you think that was, a 34, 35-footer that he shot a moment ago?
Sidestep
Oh,
3.
unreal.
Lead back to 7, though. Let's see if Core 4 has any answers.
You wonder, so my question is, has he been playing this way this whole weekend? Or is
I don't know how he kept his balance
this
there.
just his coming out party that you're watching right here on Always Live?
Get back to him. He's got a little airspace. Round a screen.
Uses the screen well. But look, now there's the passing opportunity. If they can be a little quicker with those passes, once he gets rid of it and the double team's there, a couple of diagonal passes and boom, you've got layups. And that's the way you get through this because Asheville has adjusted. Yeah, see.
And the only problem for him is that no one's really moving to come help.
Well, that's the thing is they're all standing and watching him. And is he going to shoot it from half court this time underhanded with his eyes closed? I mean,
on the drive, misfired, rebound, tracked down, taken by Core 4. They're going to push up the way, 2-on-4, bounce right side.
you may find him in, but boy, Adams is doing a great job staying with him.
Teardrop, no. Won't be a second chance. Now Adams on the other end. Adams almost lost it, and he's trapped. Timeout taken. We'll take one as well. 2:23 left to go in this one. Gamechangers 61, Core 4 54. NYBL Finals on Always Live. Turnover. And a turnover again. On the drive. And it'll sit with Core 4.
So look at Adams on defense, sticking with Anderson Jr. wherever he goes.
And the offense is stalled ever since that's happened.
Yeah, the defense of Asheville, to their credit, adjusted. They just put everything in the world into stopping Anderson Jr., and Core 4 didn't have a move back.
Crossover action, almost lost the handle. Might have been a carry. And a turnover. We're off to the races. Down the lane. Layup is
Nicely
good
done.
by Bilal.
5-point game now with $1:33 left.
Is that off Gamechangers? No, it's not. Still plenty of time.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. And they're picking up full court now.
Timeout on the floor. We'll take one as well. 1:28 left to go. Gamechangers 61, Core 4 56. It's the NYBL Finals on Always Live. Back inside Lake Point Sports Complex, 1:25 to go on the inbound. Is it a travel or is it a jump ball tie-up? Let's see. Arrow favors Core 4.
It was interesting because he was on the floor for a minute and there was no travel or tie-up call. And I think it was the right call. He was just sitting there with the ball.
So 5-point game. Uh-oh.
Oh, boy.
Christian Anderson
No,
Jr.
well, here comes the high
There's
screen.
the screen. He has some space. Picked up his dribble. Man, 1:10 to go. I think everybody in the building wants him to pull it. Left side, Bilal. They want to get it back to him. They do. Screen. Anderson Jr. working the handles. He'll pull for three. Oh, almost got it to go. And the rebound taken down by Archer. My goodness.
It's unreal, the shots he's willing to take, and that looked good the whole way.
It did indeed. Foul called.
Jumping sideways,
My
hanging
goodness.
in the air and flinging it up there.
So 49.1 to go. Unfortunately, with no shot clock, you pretty much have to foul if you don't get a trap right away.
You know what's interesting is his mechanics look like a younger kid's mechanics to me. They're not like an 18-year-old with a jump shot mechanic. It's more of a push. And you think, how does that develop? The first thing that came to mind is there's the old videos of Del Curry when he played in Toronto and his kids on the court heaving the ball. It's the same look as that. I'm not nearly saying that Christian Anderson's going to become that, but
right.
he's doing the same thing.
And a foul committed. Core 4 still have one more to give. A trip to the final, a trip to the semifinals on the line. And they foul with 38 seconds to go. So 1-and-1 opportunity, and now this is where you separate the men from the boys at the charity stripe.
They were really good yesterday at this. Really good. I thought in clutch situations, all of the players,
Yeah,
you know,
exactly.
as
I was
a
going to
whole.
say, we're both saying, not just this team in particular, but
Yeah.
all across the board.
Sure. Yeah, no, not on a particular team. I thought the quality of those players in these moments was really exceptional. Continues today. And again, you know, Christian Andrews has been exceptional in this second half. His was more at the beginning of the second half. Anderson Jr.'s was more down the stretch. But give him a lot of credit because he's been wonderful as well.
And still a two-possession game. Now it's 3. 38 seconds to go. They got to hurry.
Well, look at Adams again. He's just all over Anderson Jr. And
Well, Hopkins at the rim.
Yeah, and that just leaves your other players open. They just got to get it done. 5-point game, 26 seconds to go.
Lob it in. Risky pass is stolen away. They have Anderson Jr. He hesitates. He'll pull for 3. He's fouled. He'll go to the line for 3 free ones.
That was a great call because earlier it looked like he got fouled, and the ref sort of saw that. This time it was a certain foul.
And that's what I was going to bring up to you is that you can face guard him, but, I mean, with how deadly he's been,
Yeah.
you could easily walk into a 4-point play.
For sure.
3 free ones. Anderson Jr., first one up and in. And I was interested to see
how he'd shoot
how
free
he'd be at the
throws.
foul line.
Well, he's made one. He's got 2 more. Let's see how these go through. Man, this kid is something.
One more. Got him on.
Unreal.
18.8 to go.
2-point game.
2-point game. Got to get it in. They force it in, almost turned over. Archer's got it. He's got a 2-on-2, and he pulls it back out. They got a foul, and they do with 13.4 to go.
That's a guy to foul. Now, here's what's interesting. It's possible that he hits one of these two. So if Core 4 is down 3.
Who do you try to get the ball to?
Well, and what do you do if you were Asheville? Do you just take a foul and say, I'm not letting this kid shoot a 3?
Absolutely.
Because that's the debate.
Absolutely.
Archer can end all this discussion right now by calmly knocking down 2.
But if he misses, we're live with a 2-point game, and you can't really foul anymore.
Yes.
We'll see. Archer misfires. They do have 2 timeouts. It's Anderson Jr. with 8. Anderson Jr. And a timeout will be called with 6.1 to go.
That was a great call because the play wasn't right.
No.
That wasn't working out. We saw that yesterday. We thought a coach missed an opportunity.
So here's a question. We're going to keep it here. But, Bo, go to my analyst here. What do? Do you dance with who got you here, or do you go for the 2 to force overtime?
The best look you can get, 2 or 3. Now, if Anderson has just a glimpse, that may be your best look. And if he hits this 3, the roof on this place is going to come down because he has put on a magic show in this second half. So just hang on to your seats here.
I have no bias for saying this. It has nothing to do with the production team possibly being upset with me. I hope we go for the 3. I hope that we go for the 3.
Yeah, everybody brace yourselves. Now, here's the thing. What likely could be open here, Jimmy, is a backdoor cut, something of that nature, because the whole gym is going to be draped on Christian Anderson Jr. At least that's what you would think. So there's going to be backdoor opportunities.
Elevator screen.
Yes.
I don't know if we're at too young of a level for that to be possible. But
for a second, I thought he wasn't coming on the court. Now, number 2 is in. This is interesting.
He can shoot too.
Yeah.
Let's see. They'll hit him. Find him. Anderson Jr., the 2, the runner, short, rebound, last touch by the Archers with .9.
That was a good look. He's upset with himself. That was a good look.
They have a timeout if they need it.
Let's see. Wow.
Got to be careful not to foul, though, is the thing.
Boyce had a look. And
got to be catch and shoot, and they'll use that last timeout.
I like this coach. I really do. I think he let the play out earlier, and when it didn't work, he saw it, recognized it, and called the timeout.
Here's my thought. I am going to go with basically set as many screens as you can for Anderson Jr.
You're drawing up a play now.
Have him come, and I want to catch and shoot.
Are you running the picket fence?
No, because they're going to drape over him. Just hope you draw contact.
You think there's a time for a head fake? You think he's got time?
I don't think he needs that. I think a defender's going to follow him the whole way. If he just touches
just jump straight up, they're jumping into you.
Exactly. It's like Auburn.
Yeah. Yes, exactly.
You hope that there's a mistake there,
yep.
and you head to the charity stripe.
I'm telling you right now, this is setting up to be interesting. It's good. I would have a bigger guy on my inbounds, honestly.
Well, I think they might put Archer there.
Because that's what I'm saying. So if I guess they're looking into Boyce on a screen.
There it is, Anderson Jr. And he didn't have a dribble. Game over. Oh, he makes the scoop shot in, though. My God.
Are you kidding me?
Count, but oh, my word.
Are you kidding me?
It doesn't count, but what an exclamation point. The coach is unhappy with the clock starting there, thinking he had time for a dribble, but he underhands that off glass.
Are you absolutely joking me? He hit that shot. A running, one-footed, underhand shot off the glass. Okay, so full story here. Asheville, they won the game.
Victorious 63-61. Well, that was one of the more wild finishes to a quarterfinal game we've seen on a broadcast. But we'll have more excitement after this. The final, the Gamechangers 63, Core 4 61. You're watching the NYBL Finals on Always Live.